going, everybody? It's Shinigami here to bring you another video. Now, today, what we're gonna go talking about, what I've been seeing, is kind of the fan reception, if you will, or just audience feedback that has been going on with Mufasa, Lion King. Because apparently, the reviews, or not reviews, the downvotes on it have been huge, and pretty surprising, I will say. One of two things. For one, the general public has seemed to have a shift going on now with Disney and the way that they see them. And yes, the Lion King, the previous one, made $1.6 billion. But there was a lot of criticism in it, and obviously people were just like, oh, well, it made a lot of money, so, you know, the criticism that was given was just kind of pushed to the side. Now, obviously, after all the flops and everything that's been going on with Disney, the money issues that they've been getting into, now they're at a point where a lot of their films have been losing way too much money, and they have to actually start making a profit. But the other thing that has continued is brand damage, fan loyalty going away, right? Because for some reason Hollywood and a lot of these other companies want to make the fans kind of be the antagonists of the whole thing, even though it's just like, but they're the ones supporting the media the most. So for instance, this one, they're completely changing what happens in the Lion King, or sorry, Mufasa and his backstory. Yeah, Scar and Mufasa, no, they're no longer blood brothers. They're adopted. Mufasa is the foster child. Yep, you heard that right. Even though, we'll get into it, but like stuff like that is just like, really? And if we take a look-see over here at the downvotes, they're sitting at 1.12k upvotes and 2.66k downvotes. Quite a bit, surprisingly, especially when whatchamacallit, on Monday, I do believe, they were sitting at 79k and 142k downvotes respectively. So they were still ratioed, but damn, the margin has only gotten bigger. And it's not just that, it's on multiple other places that have the trailer there, you know, Entertainment Tonight. And again, as you can notice, comments are here, and if you did take a notice here, comments on Monday were available for this trailer on the Walt Disney Studios, but now all of a sudden they are turned off. It's put in kids mode. One, maybe to not see replies that are talking about this. I love the part where Mufasa found the ruins of the Statue of Liberty and screamed, "You maniacs, you blew it up, damn you all to hell." Oh my god, finally a prequel nobody asked for. I love this. Mufasa's weakness was family, not because of Simba, but because Mufasa let Scar walk all over him until Scar killed him. Yeah. So pathetic that that Disney basically closed comments on their own channel because they know that this movie is going to be an absolute tire fire. They just can't read the damn room anymore, can they? And then also people pointing out that Timon and Pumbaa are also in this trailer. And you know, I won't have the sound on, of course, but we'll kind of like take parts to do this. But some of the scenes that they're going through here is just like, we're in Africa. Yes, I know there are some of this landscape, but we just never saw that in the Lion King animated films. So the fact that they added ice and all this stuff where lions generally never go towards is fucking ridiculous, and it never happens. But from what it seems like we're going to be having is obviously more not actually live action, it's actually CGI, photorealistic animation. Let's get it right, because this bullshit stuff of them calling it live action is not actually live action. And again, we're just getting photorealistic cats that can't actually emote properly. Uh, some other things going on here in the trailer that I think are visible, besides more singing and basically retreading of the previous film with stuff like this. You also have Timon and Pumbaa, so you got Seth Rogen and whatchamacallit, Beyonce returning, reprising the roles, which kind of bonkers, honestly, because I thought for it being a prequel, they would have nobody that was from that. I mean, but from what I understand, it's supposed to be like Mufasa's grandchildren being told the story of Mufasa, and that's what we're getting here. But obviously the trailer doesn't really give that off properly, and it's only through other sources and stuff that we find out. Oh yeah, a little bit of added segment I forgot to put in here was this portion right here. So on this part, I was saying, aside from the complaints about the visuals of young Mufasa voiced by Aaron Pierce, also replacing James Earl Jones, Disney's aficionados were aghast. The movie seems to be creating a new canon of which Mufasa and Scar Calvin Harris Jr. are adopted brothers rather than by blood. Additionally, some offense was taken by the change in Mufasa is being presented as an orphan cub rather than part of the lineage of lion monarchs. Fans pointed out that in the original 1994, Mufasa specifically told his own son, Simba, "Let me tell you something that my father told me. Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars." So there's a whole lot going on there. However, were people who had a problem with the mere fact that they were that a well-regarded filmmaker like Barry Jenkins was selling out by directing Mufasa, The Lion King. It turns out that Jenkins had no problem dismissing their concerns very publicly. So, get to that part. Woo! And some people aren't too pleased with it. Some of the people are upset with the director, basically saying, "Hey, director from Moonlight, you're better than this. Why would you be listening to the soulless whatchamacallit right here? You're too good and talented for this Iger's soulless machine." And then he hits back with, "There is nothing soulless about The Lion King. For decades, children have sat in theaters all over the world, experiencing collective grief for the first time, engaging Shakespeare for the first time, across aisles in myriad languages, and most potent vessels for communal empathy. And yes, we understand that it's supposed to be based off of Hamlet, and but the 2D animation version was just better in every way. Music, the performances, and also the actual art style that we got visually going on there. Fuck it, even Broadway, right, has more merits than the fucking live action, quote unquote, realistic one. Because at least with the Broadway, you again have people performing, dancing around and shit while they're singing in costume and shit. Like, no, that ain't fucking easy. So yes, he has merit in some of what he's saying, but people also pointing out, like, you're just kind of being put as a diversity hire. Because again, Jon Favreau did the first one. Why isn't he doing this one? Kind of weird, right? Like, why isn't Jon Favreau doing? Oh, he's busy with the Mandalorian and stuff. Really, he wasn't too busy to focus on his. When he wants to do something, he'll do it, right? But had no role to play in this. Whatchamacallit, you had other people pointing out, asserting that Jenkins must have been directed the movie for money, and he, hit back, "Come on, man, interviewed, and you premiered Moonlight at TIFF, and that Barry Jenkins wouldn't have said what you said. You can do a Disney movie for the check in order to work on your passion project at a later time, but you don't have to shill like this." And whatchamacallit, Jenkins had said, "It's cool, you said. I responded. It's done. I'm going back to work now. Much respect." After much length in response. What's that? Yeah. Read the original comment. You're too good for the challenge. Yeah. you said, and the Barry Jenkins wouldn't have said what you said, but it's cool. You said it. I responded. It's done. I'm going back to work now. Much respect. So, people very much pointing out that like his behavior seems to be a little bit altered, and it could just be because, you know, Disney's holding him contractually obligated to be like, hey, can't say certain things about us, otherwise, you know, there goes your money. Who knows what else? But yeah, same thing with this. Other people pointing out, and it just kind of has the tweet same thing, you know. But it's pretty insane to see that they did remove the comments from the, you know, original one, and it wasn't like it was removed. So that's why it's pretty weird. But other than that, let me know down in the comments below what you think. Are you gonna see the new Lion King prequel? Do you give a shit? I know I didn't see the previous one because I thought the original was better, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody's entitled to hate. Now, shouldn't be censoring, shouldn't be getting rid of that stuff. It should be out there, open to the world. But definitely having conversations and talking about it, discourse, much better than just living in an echo chamber. So, with that being said, you'll have a good night, good evening, good morning, and yeah. Other than that, just let me know what y'all think of Mufasa. Bye.